Well, we were both soaked. We got the camp all set down, took down, jammed in here as best we could. We're gonna have a mess when we get home and sort everything out. But it was lightning, there's flash flood warnings, and we're next to a creek and all that good stuff. But anyway, we're going home. Bye. I have got to work on a better organization system.
There's the key factor right there.
I cannot. We gotta pack everything in the truck, get everything out of the truck, pack everything in the truck, pack everything out of the truck. So we're gonna show you what it takes when we come back from camp. Everything we gotta pack out of this truck.
Make your life harder than it has to. I'm strong. Trying to set wheels working.
In this bag, we've got all of our tents, our hammock stuff, and our screen. Because they were all wet, we just put them in this great big bag. Put them in this great big bag here. So I'm gonna take them out, reset them up. This is my screen house. I gotta set it up and rinse it off. This is part of the teepee tent. I gotta take it out, rinse it off. This is the teepee. Take it, set it back up again. Rinse that off. Rinse off the screen tent. Set it up again. Get these poles washed off.
I miss anything?
Once we set it up, we'll rinse them off again too, but that's good. A lot of them let off of it, that'd be great. I bought these large totes, and boy, I'm glad they're perfect to put your wet rain things in. And then all I'm going to do is throw these in the wash machine, I think. I got to figure out.
The smaller stuff like the sleeping pads and stuff over here where I got it cleaned up.
Alright. Let me get this tent set up. I gotta figure out what I did with all the poles. Wash off the bottom of this tin here, and then I'll turn it over. did the inside for it.
Under halfway waterproof, but I guess because of the angle
Yeah.
is why.
All right, I'll have to give a good thumbs up on this one. We just had this tent here. What's this one called? It's the
Outdoor,
outdoor backyard. Here we go. Let me get the, hold on a minute. This outdoor, outbound backyard teepee tent.
Yeah.
We just had this out and it was definitely a rainstorm and we took it down. But during the rain, we had cots in here and everything inside, because we had the rain fly on, everything inside stayed dry. But we had to put everything out in the rain, so we're setting everything up to dry it off, to make sure it all gets all dried off. But as far as the rain fly did its job, it was a good, I didn't get wet inside at all with this tent. So there's that.
Ain't nothing to rinse off.
Rinse it off both sides, please, because I don't want any mold or mildew smelling.
Kind of dry.
Yeah. This was the rain fly for the TP. It don't look like it got too awful muddy, but we're still going to give it a rinse off. We're still going to rinse it off. Might get rid of any Germans we might have brought back with us. And then we're going to hang it over to dry over the clothesline, kind of like make a clothesline for it. Hanging up the rain flies to dry. We rinsed them off, hanging them up so they can dry. So we're hanged up the tarps to dry. Oh, you're doing it.
Hold this. The leaves from our yard are worse than the leaves we had to camp.
Let me stake it out, it might be easier.
I don't know.
So now we got all of our rain flies hanging up, rinsed off for them to air dry. And we rinsed the inside too. Rinse the inside on both of these all the way up so they'll dry. Now we got the screen tin up, rinse to air out. TP's up, airing out. Got our mats out, airing out. And got our tarps up, airing out. Probably won't hurt to get the screen wet too. Screen tint. Hey guys, while I'm cleaning everything up and packing things back up out of the truck and drying them out and stuff, this is a good time to go over some things to see if you when you use things, like for example, we used some of our, let me show you, some of our sanitized stuff, so it would be a good time to refill that and everything, so I'll just show you that. So I got everything out on the table. Refilled my toilet paper. You want to make sure you have a fresh roll of toilet paper in there. I refilled that. I keep it in this coffee can so that it keeps it dry. Oops. Can't do this one-handed. And it also has kind of a little bit of a handle if you need to carry it. So I got my that. Refresh with some to go Lysol disinfectant wipes. We got some wet wipes. I still have some deodorant in here. I still, of course, have some gloves and some of this disinfected and bacteria wipes. Make sure there's plenty of that. And of course, your shovel. Make sure that's put back together. I am going to refill my bottle because we used that much, so I'm going to refill that. So I'll do that. I'm going to actually just refill it with the Purell Advance. So I'll do that. Here. Make sure that's refilled for the next time. And using the Purell. I'll just fill this up. I like these little sizes. It's actually got a place I can put a carabiner on it if I want to, but I like these. It's got a nice little squeeze thing to just open and shut. So, but even with my Purell, I like to put it in a Ziploc bag just in case if it gets stepped on or squished and needs it. But see, that will be full now, so I'll stick that back in my little Ziploc bag. And then I won't need to take the big one, but I'll wipe out my bag here. I'll wipe out my bag and make sure I'm getting a hold of it. I need to get a better one. Anyway, I like to use these bags, and I'm gonna put in my wet wipes, my Lysol. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to use my little bag. I really wouldn't need a coffee maker this big, but this is kind of nice to put my toilet paper in. It's got enough room in here if I wanted to add some of these other things, like my wet wipes or whatever, I could add in here. But for right now, it will hold a giant roll of toilet paper. So, but I'll put that in first. And then I put in my sanitized stuff. There's a pocket right here. Put it in there. And wet wipes. Stick that in. These are disinfectant wipes if you want to them in. I've got my gloves. I've got my gloves. Put them in there. Okay, get out all the air. Just stick those in there. I have some of these Clorox disinfect wipes. I'll stick them in there. I might actually see if I can't get some of that air out of there. Top. Got to get my shovel in there. This is a nice little foldable shovel. Because you just never know when you have to dig a hole. But it's a real simple shovel. You just pull it out. And then you would tighten up this right here. You put it whatever angle you want, but then you would tighten this up. And then you can dig your little hole. It's got a square on one end and then that on that end. So there's that. Make sure that's been marked down. You just untie it. Whoops, I got it. And then you just fold it down like that. Folds in here really nice. What else I got in here? Oh, an extender, a handle extender to make the handle a little bit longer. But you put the shovel back in there. My shovel, actually my shovel goes on that side, but that's okay, I'll put my shovel in here. And that goes on top. And then I just stick in some deodorant, just because. And then you would stick this out by your tent. And zip it up. This thing is so big, hold it in there. Let me reorganize it for a minute. I think you can actually put these in here. Wish I wouldn't need them then. Put my gloves right down in here. I'm going to put some of these sanitized things right down in here. So actually, I just stuck them down into there, which they would make more room. So I'll stick that in there, and then I won't need to take all of them. I have some, and that makes better room. Put my deodorant on top. Now I can probably zip that up. And then you just take that to the bathroom, whether you're using a porta potty or whether you're using one of the camp bathrooms, or whether you're out in the woods and you're making your own bathroom. You just pick that up, put that at the end of your tent or the doorway, and out the door you go. Now it's replenished and ready for the next trip. So all I got to do is pick it up and throw it in there. All ready to go. Some packs of wipes, baby wipes, sanitize hands, and my gloves are in there too. So, bathroom bag, ready to roll. Okay, cooler washed out. And I'm letting it air dry. I dried it out, but I'm letting it air dry. I like putting this rack in here to keep like cold things underneath and drier things on top so they don't get wet. But that's been washed out, and I'm letting it dry. Next project, moving on. Wow, that is a lot of work. Well, we finally got everything rinsed off from the mud and from the rain and the mud that we had. We have everything rinsed off. We have everything dried out, everything aired out, rolled back up, everything put back away, cleaned up, organized a little bit maybe, and ready for the next camp trip. But that's part of camping. So I hope you enjoyed this video and hope to see you again on our next one. But I gotta get organized, let me tell you. I got way too much stuff. I take everything. Ask my husband, he'll tell you the same thing. Take way too much stuff. But I love it. All right, so catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.